Eurovision 2025. I got a new video. Alesia Michelle. Hey girl. I'm ready to go. How you feeling? Eurovision fam. Are you ready for the show? It's 2025. We gotta keep it real. Let's go. Hey Eurovision fam, it's Alesia Michelle and I'm not alone today. I've got a guest from down under. It is Gojo from Australia. You are already in Basel, so let me just kick this off. You haven't been in Basel long. What's something you want to do non-Eurovision related while you're in Europe?
Well, I mean, since I'm in Switzerland, I would love to go to the Alps. And we got offered to go to the Alps, but it was a 12-hour expedition. So we can't, with all the chaos going on, I can even find like 5 seconds to kind of like, I don't know, scratch me bum.
Okay, so at this point, is there anything you wish like someone would have been like, oh, somebody should have warned me about this before I like got on this stage?
What about the going to the mountains?
Well, no, just like performing on the stage. So now you've been on the real stage. Is there something now that has kind of come to you and you're like, oh wait, I wish I would have known this. I don't know if I may be prepared for this.
No, definitely not. Like the team that is behind everything can vary across the stage, and even when we've been like rehearsing, we did a bunch of rehearsing in London and everything like that. The stage has always been accounted for too. I remember that when the day I even found out that I was representing Australia, I remember I was shown the stage and everything that it looked like, and it looks like like a wine glass upside down kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. That's an interesting way of describing the stage, but I think it does fit. So I know you sort of created this song with Eurovision in mind. Do you feel like this song is very close to the music that you normally make? Do you feel like almost like your upcoming songs are going to kind of play a little bit more in this milkshake vibe for you?
Well, I think that's such a great question, and like I love talking about this. And it's like Milkshake Man. It is different to what I've made in the past, but so is a lot of other records I've done. And it's like, as me, I'm an artist, and I like to show that I am diverse, and I like to show that I don't have this one particular genre that I can just make. And because a lot of people don't know that I produce and I write my own songs, and I mix my own songs and master them and things like that. So it's just this big thing as well to show how diverse I am. And especially it being Eurovision, I wanted to make sure it was extraordinary and to show my extraordinary side, which I've always wanted to do and what I was excited about so much when I found out I was representing Australia.
One thing that we've seen a lot recently, and you being someone who's a producer who does write music, is we've seen a lot of post Eurovision collabs between some of the artists. Have you already had an opportunity to kind of connect with some folks? And this will tie in maybe to my next question, which is my signature question, so I won't go down that road just yet. But are there some artists that you've met so far that you're like, okay, we got to get in the studio. We got to figure something out.
Yeah, me and Erica Wittmann, we were talking. I was just in Finland as well, so we were talking, and we've been talking about how we need to do a song together post Eurovision. So we've already started that conversation. But I'm all for it, and I think it's such a great idea. Especially coming off the biggest musical competition in the world. I think it's like almost a wasted opportunity to not be venturing into those areas for sure.
Yeah, so you've heard your competitors' songs, so this is my signature question. I ask everybody this. So whose song would you want to kind of cover and put like the Gojo spin on?
It's a good question. I was actually asked this morning.
Okay, somebody stole my question. Y'all better stop.
I was
Stop
asked,
stealing my questions.
I was literally asked that exact question, like whose song would I cover? I would probably, because I actually said Voyager by Zoe Me this morning, but um, I don't think I would do that one now because I'm like, that song, it's my favorite song in the competition, but I think it's like it should be a ballad and wouldn't want to change it. But then I'm also like, I love it so much that I want to I just want to put flavor on it as well, like in a different way, even though I don't think anyone could ever top what Zoe did.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You've been to the States before, right? Where have you kind of traveled to in the States?
Mainly Los Angeles, and I've done a lot around California too. But I also did a East Coast tour with Tash Sultana
Okay.
in 2023, the end of 2023, and we did Chicago to Boston. We did New York. We did like all around there. And we went up to a bit in Canada. We did Toronto um, and French speaking place as well. I forget the name of it. And then we came back down into Chicago, and I think it was Chicago, but we did all those other ones too.
Okay, so do you have a favorite place in the States?
Well, New York is my favorite, but I think it's probably just too expensive to live. So I would say, like, if I had to live somewhere, it'd definitely be Los Angeles because I've just got so many friends there, and like, it's just such an incredible place. And I've always felt so inspired there too.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
I am a West Coast hater, but I'm allowed to be a West Coast hater because I'm an East Coast girl, so
yeah,
it's totally fair and totally fine. But you said you like New York. I too agree. I could never live there. Way too expensive. I don't think I
way
could
too
live
expensive.
comfortably. I'm not built for that type of struggle.
Yeah,
So you were introduced to Eurovision pretty early, and you said your father is French, but for many Americans, they don't have a clue what Eurovision is. So, how would you explain the contest to an American?
well, the contest was literally, I mean, I think I always describe it as, I mean, the reason why the contest was like created was literally to bring harmony between all the European countries after World War II. So I think even in that is just enough to be like, it's such a safe space and it's such a place where like everyone just comes together for this, like, the 2 weeks of Eurovision, like the month of Eurovision. And it's just like this massive extraordinary thing where like you get to support your country and you get to have fun with it, and everyone's so nice and everyone's so supportive, and it's like I've never felt safer expressing my art before and more
Oh,
comfy.
that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So, I mean, Americans, we don't participate at Eurovision, but we do now have the opportunity to vote with the
Yeah.
rest of the world vote. I mean, how do you feel about the fact that you're going to have this like global introduction to maybe some folks who have never heard your music before? No pressure.
Well, no, I think it's great, and I mean, like, it's not something that I feel like I'm not familiar with. Like, I had a song in 2023 that like exploded around the world, and I did like big press tours, and I did a lot of things like what it feels like even on ground here. A lot of interviews, a lot of things like that. So it does. I'm very grateful for that as well because I feel like I have a bit of experience in my belt for that reason too, which helps.
No, it definitely does. I mean, Eurovision is this big, massive thing. I mean, Australia, you all have been invited to the party. Every time I talk about Eurovision, people say, so do you think America should participate? I am a firm no on that. But what do you think about the possibility of Eurovision expanding and possibly becoming a world vision maybe one day?
I'm personally all for it, and I think it's like I said, just Eurovision being created just to literally bring unity across the nation and across Europe is, I think, like that becoming to the world would be such a special thing. And even us coming into the competition, like how wonderful it is and how like honored we are to be here and to be a part of it all. It's a very special thing, and like I think any country that gets the privilege to come in is like going to feel the same way too. So
That's beautiful. So I have a confession. So
yeah.
you have one of my favorite songs this year,
Well, thank you.
but I have to say, my mother loves your song. I was talking to her on Saturday. She told me I'm feeling very left out of Eurovision this year, and I was like, "Okay, mom, like you can watch the show and everything." And she goes, I just gotta say, I'm loving the Milkshake Man. So if you're known as the Milkshake Man for the rest of your career, are you cool with that?
Yeah, it was. I remember when we wrote it in the. I wrote it in the studio with Shepherd, and I remember I said to them, I was like, you know what the coolest thing ever will be is like one day when I'm, I don't know, 53 years old or whatever, and I'm walking down the street and there's a kid that looks up and like, taps his dad on the back or something, and he's like, look, Dad, it's the Milkshake Man. I think that is like the coolest image that I have in my head, and I'm manifesting it.
Okay, so we've got a lot of songs with double entendres this year, some not so double entendre and everything. So you're sort of in a nice mix. I think when people are talking about Australia's entry, they're mentioning Malta's entry. Some people are mentioning Erica Vickman, which we've already covered, Finland's entry. Do you feel like amongst the competitors, because I just had a live conversation with folks and we were sort of grouping the acts into categories. Do you feel like you're kind of rolling with a little bit of a crew outside of just the Australian crew for Eurovision this year?
Well, I mean, it's like I love talking about this as well. It's like the beauty of songwriting and the way that you can express yourself, and you can express yourself in ways that like you don't know until you do a deep dive into the artist and like what they wrote the song about. And that's what I love about songwriting. Is you can listen to a song and it's like, oh, it means that, but then you go into you see a video of what they wrote it about, and it's like, I had no idea. That's so interesting. And I think like it's just one of my favorite things. And it's fun to show the world just how fun Australia is, and also get like the message of the song that we wrote it about was so important to me as well. And I'm very happy knowing that I get to perform it in front of so many people as well, because I think it's something that a lot of people it can help a lot of people. I mean, I know it helped me a lot through my experiences. So
That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me. So many people are going to be rooting for you on the stage. So go out there, Milkshake Man. I think you got it.
thank you so much. And tell your mom she's a legend as well.